Highly honored Secretary General, honored chairpersons, honorable delegates,
ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to this year's Model United Nations organized by Falu Frigymnasium. We are glad to see so many nations here today, and the chair would like to wish everyone an enjoyable week.
Falu Frigymnasium is a school where you take measures in education being fun and inspiring. One way to do this is by arranging a Model UN, which involves the students in situations of different countries and the work of the United Nations. This has been arranged since 2007, and the school is today a UN school. Every year, the Model UN attracts students from schools in Europe and Africa to participate in the event. The students represent delegates from different nations that participate in the United Nations. Independently, they gather information about the country and its approach.
Yeah, it's like a real UN. When you're representing a nation and you get a question where you write a resolution and a political statement, you can say, of how the nation thinks, believes in a question. And then you discuss the resolutions which should be brought forward, which every nation vote in favor or against resolution. And if the resolution passed, you have succeeded, you can say.
I didn't know so much about Israel, so first I read about the country in general, and then I learned more specific about my question, so I will be well prepared.
Hi.
What are you discussing
We're
right now?
discussing gender-based violence in war, and I'm from the Federal Republic of Germany. And of course I want Japan here to sign it. And yeah, we're trying to get around here and get support for our resolution, because we think we have one of the most liberal, but still we want to get hard measurements to stop gender-based violence in war. That is a really big question, and is one that really it's about human sufferment. So I think if we can solve this problem, we can never entirely solve it, but we can do something, and if we can do something, we can do a big change in human suffering. So I hope we can do that here today.
We will now discuss the resolution in the issue concerning measures to ensure that the resolution 1820 concerning gender-based violence in war applies in all countries with the presenting nation Germany.
The students immerse in a specific question and write a resolution to the problem, which they later present to the other delegates. They discuss their resolution in different committees that specialize in different questions: peace and security, economic and social, and human rights.
I am in the question of same-sex marriage and family founding for them.
And I'm in the question of meat production and how to reduce it.
And I'm working in the Peace and Security Committee, where I'm discussing the question regarding veto rights in the United Nations Security Council.
And I'm also in the Peace and Security Council, and we're discussing the UN intervention. I'm really excited about the debating, and I think it's very fun to argue and speak for something else.
Yeah, I'm also very excited about the debating. It's interesting to argue and stand for your point, so it's the most funny thing.
Yeah, and I think that really representing a nation and just being in a situation where you don't actually do what yourself should have done, but the nation, I think it's funny to do something like that.
I think that the committee work will be the most interesting part of this whole Model UN. I do not actually think that my resolution will pass through the committee work, but I would be very enthusiastic if the resolution actually got to the General Assembly.
This is my third year in the Model UN, and I really like the debating. It's fun, it's challenging, and it's also meeting up with other people from other nations. It gives a good perspective on how the world works too, I think, seeing as you have to represent the nation, not your own needs, which is very beneficial, I think, to the education you get.
Yeah, I would have to say the same. I do like debating, so...
Actually, it has been quite fun to actually get up and go up there and speak. And it's kind of fun to actually listen to the different arguments that they bring up.
There are different roles you can choose from in the Model UN. You can be a delegate, chairperson, or a security guard.
I am a chairperson, and we are supposed to bring the game forward and make sure that everyone follows the rules.
We will now begin the voting procedure. All in favor of this resolution, please raise your placards high. Thank you. All against this resolution, please raise your placards high. Thank you. And all abstaining. The chair finds that this resolution has failed with 8 votes in favor, 13 against, and 1 abstaining. Applause are not in order.
Now a moment of silence in the memory of Hugo Chavez. Please stand up. A moment of silence for Hugo Chavez, our world savior.
Thank you. You may sit down. You're supposed to speak in open speech, not continue silence. Please step down. With security, please escort the honorable delegate of Venezuela out.
Because of the Model UN, the students get the opportunity to develop their knowledge in English, social studies, science, and history, since these classes are conjoined with the Model UN.
You learn a lot how different countries stand in different questions, and of course how the UN works. And in experience you learn a lot of English, and you meet people from throughout the world, and that's great, and you develop as a person every time.
I learned a lot of English, of course, and a lot about UN and how things work in the world.
I have really developed my skills, like my language skills, like I said, my knowledge.
I think it's a good opportunity to train the English and the practice.
A lot of strange English words people use in the resolutions, I guess.
Are you having fun here?
Yeah.
Very.
It's my first time in Sweden, first time seeing everything.